Today on the Relationship Renovation podcast, EJ did not know we were doing this episode. He was in the hot seat. I interviewed his avoidance. Avoidance is not bad. However, it can keep us separate, especially during difficult times. So give today a listen. I feel like it was very vulnerable, cathartic, eye-opening, and we're hoping that you can get something out of it too. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Relationship Renovation podcast. I'm Tarah Kerwin.
Hey, Tarah. My name is EJ Kerwin.
Hello, EJ.
How are you?
So today is kind of different. We actually just recorded another podcast on being really attuned with your partner, but having that attunement piece, but also being able to say what you need and that your partner is receptive to that. And so right after that podcast ended, I had this really great idea, and EJ has no idea what this podcast episode is about. We'll call it that you're kind of in the hot seat, but I don't want to call it hot seat. I want to call it wifey reflection seat.
Okay.
But I really want to get to know your avoidance.
Okay.
If that feels okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of ironic, right?
Why?
Well, do you want to talk about your avoidance? I like to avoid my avoidance.
Well, and so because I want this to be organic and I just want to come in with curiosity and understanding because I know it's something that our relationship still struggles with. You still struggle with. That came out in our last podcast. And so I want to kind of just get to know you better. And I also want to be able to take this conversation and hopefully the therapist part of me use this because we get a ton of people, whether it's in our center, whether it's emailing us, I have a partner who avoids, who disconnects. I have no idea how to get through to them. And so it's really important, right? Because I don't think it's avoidance out of maliciousness. I think it's avoidance out of protection, right? But if we're not curious and open with our partner and we come at them why are you avoiding? Well, I'm just going to go back more into my turtle shell or shell. Whatever shell. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
okay. So do you feel comfortable having this conversation?
Yeah, I do. Absolutely.
Awesome. And I promise it's not going to be long. I'm just really curious because so in our last podcast episode, you were saying, so we have these difficult moments, everybody does, that and I'm really good at saying here's how this could have gone better for me. Here's how I need you to support me. And you said I don't even know what I need. So, because I'm why don't you just tell me how I could do things differently? And I used to think oh, he just doesn't want to speak up still. That's cool. But you were saying.
You thought that was cool?
Well, no, I was trying to be patient.
Oh, okay.
Because you were still in your little avoidant trend, and that's cool. Not that it's a trend, but now I know that you truly don't know what you need. So I guess my first question to you is during difficult moments, what happens inside of you when and let's just go between us because that's when I feel that's when I sense it the most. When there's some disagreement, when there's some tension, when there's stress, when I'm coming at you in whatever tone mine is, what happens inside of you?
So physically, when there's confrontation between the two of you, in my body, I feel a heaviness in my heart, but also almost a nervousness in my stomach.
Okay.
It feels like a little pukey, not full on pukey.
Yeah.
But just a little ugh. And there's a little bit of a sense of dread.
Yeah.
Dread.
So even at the is it when there's something negative happening, or is it a tone? Is it just
this morning we had that interaction, right? You remember about
I don't remember
it was about the summer.
Yeah.
And you had a reaction that was for me indicative of oh, here comes conflict.
Right. Yes. And that's a great, and it's very recent.
And I just felt instantaneously heavy, a little sick to my stomach, and a sense of and then thoughts of oh no, what?
Yeah.
What do I say now? That's a big what do I say now?
What do I say
What do I
now?
do?
Okay.
What do I do now?
Yeah. Okay. So you basically somatically you feel
Sick to my stomach,
sick,
heavy in my heart.
and then you kind of go into like a frantic almost cognitions, like, what do I do now?
It's a little more like dissociative, a little bit more like I'm kind of blank, and you've described it, and I hate the description when you say it.
Deer
I
in
don't like
headlights.
it. You're like, you're like a deer in the headlights, which feels it doesn't, I don't like the way it feels, but there's definitely some accuracy there where I'm just like, I freeze a little bit.
Okay, so this is great, right? So first of all, let's just like little therapist teaching moment. Instead of why do you keep walking away, avoiding, it's help me understand, right? At the moment of stress, whatever that stress is, whatever that content is, whatever that trigger is, help me understand what happens inside of you. So now I'm getting a better understanding, right? And are you feeling defensive as I'm talking to you?
Right now?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. What's happening inside of you is so much better than why do you keep doing this? Or why are you a deer in headlights right now?
Yeah, you're not, because you're not like commenting on what I'm doing or that I'm doing it wrong. You're just trying to understand what's happening.
So then, okay, so in those moments, you're already struggling with like, what do I do now? I feel sick. Like, how do I know? Like, what's my cue that like you're in that place? Like, how do I know? Because sometimes I don't know because you're so good at looking normal. Like, do you know what I mean? That I wouldn't know that in that moment you're feeling sick.
Well, for me, in this dynamic with me, it's hard because like with you, when you're telling me what you need, like it's about the fact that you're struggling with something, you're activated, and it's just like you're just telling me what you need in that moment, and I'm generally not activated in those moments. My activation is almost, not always, but frequently associated with your activation. That when someone else I care for I think they're mad at me, that's when I get it. So it's like, it's hard because it's like, I don't know, like I don't trust that you are able in that moment to be there for me because you're the source. So it's like, I'm asking you to do something to be there for me when I see you honestly in that moment as a threat.
Yeah. So I hear, right, that you don't trust that I could handle it if you did say something.
Well,
or that
I don't know about handle. That's not in my vernacular around this, but like it's just like, I don't trust that you're going to be there for me because
I got you.
Because in that moment you're what's making me feel uncomfortable.
Right. My reaction. You don't trust that you'll be supportive because I'm the one who's reactive.
Yeah.
And you don't trust that I could be able to support you in the way that you need.
Because I'm already in it. Like I've already done something wrong. I should have just shut up.
Yeah. So
that's a big one for me. I should have just how the hell did I say that thing?
So you are very linked you are the reason why I'm upset.
I just pissed you off.
Yeah.
I messed up.
Okay. So first of all, I'm thinking like that podcast we just did with Leanne on individuation and differentiation, right? The idea that like the more differentiated we are, like from our family of origin and from our intimate partner, like that they can have emotions and that you're still okay, that whatever my emotional reactivity is, that you can still have yours and you can own that and it's okay instead of having to avoid or walk away. So for me, I'm understanding in the therapist realm that there's still something that happens inside of you that doesn't feel free to express your emotions because you don't think someone else can support you. You don't trust that someone else can support you in the way you need. That's just more therapeutic, right? Like you're not as differentiated from that part of yourself, right? Because you've always been the caretaker in all of your relationships since you were a child.
Either the caretaker or just like, I'm just mad. I feel like I'm the caretaker of myself. Like I don't
Yes.
I'm the only person that's going to keep me safe in this interaction is me. So I can't depend upon you to do that.
And so what do you think?
So why would I ask for you to meet my need if I don't trust that?
Exactly. And what keeps happening? What's the dynamic with you staying in that story? I'm the only one that can handle myself and caretake myself. Like, what happens between the two of us in our dynamic?
I mean, it totally like fractures us. It separates us. It makes a difficult moment instantaneously. We're just like, we're not on the same team anymore.
Right. Now, do you trust that I want to support you?
In the big picture, yes, but not in the moment.
Yeah. But in the big picture.
In the big picture,
because in the moment, something else is very triggered and it's very unconscious and it's very old. But in the big picture, like, yeah, of course Tarah wants to support me. Like, she's been telling me for years to like speak up and she wants to know what's going on. Okay. So how would I know, right, that this is all happening? Like during me, I'm getting activated. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Right? How do I know? Like, what's like a sign
like
where you can
theoretically, like, or like,
well, because I want to
what would you see in me? Or?
Yes. What would I see in you? Because I want to know, oh my gosh, this is a moment where he's
I mean, I think I pull away.
But how do I know that? Like, what's a sign that you pull away?
I can't make eye contact.
Eye contact. Okay.
And that's what makes these moments so tricky is like also oftentimes me not being able to make eye contact triggers you more. And so then it makes me more, you're like, because you do this thing like sometimes when I'm in these moments, you do that.
I just did it.
Like I stop making eye contact and then you do this thing like you're trying to catch my eye contact. And that makes me feel even more like unsafe.
So you're feeling unsafe. You're feeling mistrustful. And you're feeling what I'm hearing is just like all alone in this experience. Like I have to like, what did I do? I just did this. I have to keep track of myself. How do I get out of here?
Yeah. I mean, the way it feels internally for me is like almost like I'm instantaneously placed like in the middle of a labyrinth and I'm trying to figure out like, it's weird. It's like half, how do I get out of this situation? And half like, how do I get her out of this situation?
Yeah.
And that's different. Like that's different from the childhood stuff, like where I didn't feel like I was trying to get that other person out of it. I was just trying to get out of it myself or just get through it. With you, it's like, okay, well, like, okay, how do I basically in some ways back up? Like, because like this morning I said something that triggered you. And then I was like instantaneously like, okay, shit, I fucked up. I shouldn't have said that. Like, and it's a mix between what, like, well, how could I have known not to say that? And then how do I get her to not be mad at me anymore for saying that?
Okay.
Because I'm already like thinking about, I knew what I was going to do. 20 minutes later when you were down, I had a plan in my mind. I go to her and I tell her, hey, I'm in this. I want the exact same thing you do. Like I'm already planning how to get you not mad at me.
Yeah.
But I know it's not going to happen instantaneously. So I basically just feel like I have to survive for 20 minutes.
Okay. So I hope first of all, what's it like to talk about right now?
It's like it's vulnerable and uncomfortable, but it's also like enlightening, like because like what I just said feels like a big piece that ultimately at the end of the day, I have this thing when people are mad at me that I feel like in the moment I just have to survive like anywhere from 10 minutes for 2 to 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like I'm instantaneously and like, you just have to survive. And that's very much like you said with the turtle shell is the easiest way to survive is just create this emotional shell around myself where I'm just like, you know, say what you will.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you for sharing and for like being a part of this conversation. And I just want you to know that had I not brought this up, I would never have known all of that stuff happens for you. Instead, I would have just
11 years,
I would have just been holding
years,
a chip on my shoulder, like, oh, he's still freaking withdrawing, even after all the work we do and all the therapists we've seen and the therapy we do for other couples. But I'm not, because I'm like, this is something that you really struggle with. It's a protective mechanism, like really you just said for survival. But I really want to support you and feeling safe with me. I don't care about anybody else. Right. And so I know that I can't just snap my fingers and be like, oh, I just tell me everything now. But what, like, if you could think of this, like, because you start to feel unsafe and that you have to like plan ahead and how do I make this not get worse? And how do I like, right? Like, what would ideally, like, what would support look like? And how would I even start to do that? Because you don't trust that it could happen.
I mean, I think like, I think if you were like, if I saw you go and you took a breath and you said, I'm triggered and I'm upset about what I just heard, but I want to come back to you and talk about that because it's important to me, but I want to talk to you about later, but I don't want you to go away.
So say that one more time.
If you took a breath.
So if I took a breath.
Yes.
Okay. So
if I saw that you were like deactivating yourself slightly.
But can I just twist it here? What if I wasn't? Like, let's just, because I really want to even like,
So what if you're still mad?
Yeah, because this is about you. Like, what is it that I could do for you if you're in that spot? Because
I don't know how you can help me if you're still mad and activated.
See, so that's where we get stuck though, because let's just say, because my job is to help you. I want to support you in not going into freeze, flight, fight, freeze, yes. Regardless of if I'm taking a breath or not, that you can start building trust that even when I get my shit together 20 minutes later and I'll take my deep breaths, that in the moment you don't have to go to flight, fight, freeze.
Well, then you're saying that I just have to take care of myself then.
No, that's what you're saying. I'm saying, don't focus on like what behavior I could do. How could I support you? Like when you're in flight, fight, freeze.
But I'm confused because you asked me what you could do and I told you, and then you said, no, it's not that.
What could I do for you? So I get the deep breathing for me and like taking accountability and say, hey, don't leave. You're still here. But like, because I'm saying that's great. That's like a healthy coping skill for me. I'm emotionally regulated, which makes you feel more safe. But what if I want to make you feel safe when I am still triggered? I want you to not go into flight, fight, freeze. I want you to know that it's going to be okay and that you don't have to have a plan in 20 minutes to make sure things are okay. I'm saying like, would you be like, is there something like I could, like if I really became an expert in you and I recognize like, oh, he's not giving eye contact right now. That means he's in his flight, fight, freeze, nervous system response, right? Regardless of like what I'm doing externally, can I just say, hey, I'm sensing this is happening and I want you to know I love you?
I don't know how you can do that though if you're still.
What would make you?
But I'm telling you and you're not liking what I'm telling you.
Well, it's not that I'm not liking that because I get that. Like me saying, hey, honey, I'm really triggered right now. I'm going to take a deep breath. That's great. But that's like all focused on me and what I can do.
But it's not. It's not because it signals to me that you're able to put your stuff aside for a moment and be present for me. Because I don't know how, like, so maybe it's different. Maybe that's not what.
I actually wrote down these questions on my phone, like particularly in case we got caught up in this.
Okay.
Because I don't want this to be about me at all. Like I want this to be like, how can I, get out of my own way, especially in those moments and like know what's happening for you internally. So hold on.
All right.
I asked these questions just in case we got tripped up, you guys. So this is okay. Come in with a plan because I did this when. Okay. So I asked what's happening inside of you. That was my first question. We kind of discussed this already, but like when you do that, when you said you dissociate.
Yeah.
And you kind of go inward, like what does that do for you? Like you said it kind of keeps you in a survival mode, but like help me understand that better.
I feel more in control. I feel like I'm not going to make it worse because it feels to me like it feels like I have to be like very careful in those moments. Otherwise I might say something that's going to make it worse. And it feels to me like doing nothing is safer than doing something.
So avoidance is way more protective.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Than doing the other thing.
For
okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Because avoidance Because
so you're seeing it as protection, and I want to help you see that
protection
is just,
and assurance that there's less escalation.
Yeah, because well, then the other piece is like, I reject you if you're right. Rejection, like you are protecting yourself from rejection or increased conflict.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
But
for sure.
but what's happening?
Not
like
rejection, increased conflict.
Right. But increased conflict makes you feel what?
Even like it's out of control. Like it's going to get even more out of control.
Which is what's the belief? Like that you've done something wrong, or
what's the belief? The belief is sort of like I am powerless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have control. I am out of control. This is out of control.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just go back to this question that I have not asked you, because I think it might help get us to the next piece. Is if naming what you need feels overwhelming, right? Like you're saying, I go within, I caretake myself, right? If naming what you need feels overwhelming, what's one small first step I could look for?
For myself?
Yes.
I mean, the only thing that comes to mind is just like saying to myself, like, I'm safe. This is okay. This isn't my fault. Like those are the things. Like it's like it's still weird. It's still like internal dialogue is like the only thing I come up with. Like I don't.
What would feel ideal? Like just like
from whom?
For you, like if instead of being in this avoidance protection, right? And in your like, I've got to stay this way because otherwise it's going to get out of control and whatever. Like, what do you want? If like you truly trusted me, just me, not anybody else in the whole wide world, just me, that you didn't have to be in control, that it would be okay no matter what. Like, what would you want it to look like in moments of tension and conflict? Because we're going to have them all of the time.
Yeah.
I'm an emotional roller coaster, man, all the time, right? And I'm working on it, trying to like repair and as much as I can. But what would it look like for you instead of holding that shit all together in those moments, having to control it and plan for it and go inward and isolate and avoid and make sure everybody's okay, including me, but not you?
I mean, it would look like just freedom. It would just look like, hey, what? Okay, she's mad. All right. I said that thing. It would be like not judging myself. It wouldn't be feeling responsible. It would just be like, oh, she's mad.
Yeah, like it's okay.
Yeah.
You're okay?
Yeah. It would be just like, I don't have to control this.
Say the opposite of I don't have to control this. I want to, because you're going to.
I am free. Like,
I am free.
I can be me.
I can be me. I am free.
Yeah, that was my truth in that moment.
Safe.
Like I didn't do anything wrong. Like I got it right.
Mm-hmm.
Those were just my words. I didn't swear, curse, yell. I just said something.
And then what do you think the next part would be between us? Because now it's like, right, if you're feeling out of control and things are just going to go crazy, and so you're avoiding, right, then that keeps us separate. The other option is you being vulnerable, you trusting that it's safe. What could happen? I could still lose my shit, right?
It's big thunder outside.
Yeah, it's awesome. I could still lose my shit, right? But it's okay. Like, because you're still safe and I'm allowed to be me, and I got to get my shit together. There's some accountability here on me. Like you said, it would be nice if you could take a deep breath. It would be nice if you could, absolutely. And then if I refuse to do that and I keep torturing you in that way and like don't create an emotionally safe environment, that's one thing. But you got to give me the chance. The only way I can feel like I'll have a chance is if you even like, hey, Tara, I got to let you know this moment happened today. And instead of being in this thing that I do of freezing, figuring it out 20 minutes, I was saying I was safe and that we can handle this and that I can handle this and that I can be vulnerable with you. Because now I know internally you're trying to do something different. It's going to take a little bit to change because it's been your instinct probably for a really long time. And then I'm going to know that like you're working on that. I'll continue to work on, because I heard those words. I need you to like calm yourself down. Like, not all the time will I be able to, but I want you to, regardless of what I look like, right? Like externally, I want you to be like, I'm okay. I can handle this. Like, it's not your job to keep me emotionally regulated. It's your job to support me, just like it's my job to support you. And do you know that, EJ, in those moments, you're also emotionally dysregulated?
Yeah,
And
of
I
course.
feel powerless too. But there's only so much I can do because I need you to do that work too. And I know that you're doing that work, but so this is the thing with someone who's more, right? I'm more demonstrative and I say everything that I need and then some. And you go very within and you have this whole process by yourself. I don't want you to. And I know it'll be clunky and I know that you'll still like mistrust it, but like, I really want you to just try with me and just see what
I mean,
happens.
so I gotta like, because what I'm hearing is really what I need to do is I just need to assure myself that I can be me and I didn't get anything wrong. So how do I bring you in on that? That's my confusion. Like how do like this morning,
Yeah.
I said that thing,
Yeah.
you got mad, I instantaneously
Yep.
sort of
Yeah.
froze. So in that moment I say, hey honey,
no, there's no way you would do it in that moment.
So
You're like that, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, 20 minutes that you come and say, Tara, I want you to know I did this differently. Instead of going internally and I wanted to, and my beliefs were there, right? I'm going to tell you what happened for me. And I actually know that like, I don't have to like have some grand plan to prevent you from being upset in the future. That like,
so then I just like internally inside my head, I say, my perception is she's mad at me for what I said, and that's okay.
well, yeah, we always are going to trigger each other. We're the two people
I'm
that
not. I'm just. But
if that
I'm
helps
trying to
you.
understand like what.
This is kind of why you're in the hot seat. Like and this is where like I think it's hard. It might be more difficult for you because you don't know what you need.
And it's very subtle because
you're saying in those moments, what you really want ideally is to feel free.
Yeah, I want to feel free. I don't want to feel like it's my fault. I don't want to feel like I'm like I don't want to take on all the responsibility of like maintaining the mood structure of our relationship.
So how does one shift that?
Yes. Here's this is what's really confusing for me is like, and I could totally be getting this wrong. When you tell me like, okay, when you get activated, you're like, honey, I need you to come up to me and just put your hands on my face and tell me that everything is okay and show me you can handle it.
Yes, I need
But then
you to
what we're talking about is like in that moment where I need something, I need to just talk to myself.
No,
and so it feels
doesn't quite.
But you just said like, tell it to me like 20 minutes later. So
no, I was just trying to create strategies. You like, I know for me what I need. Yeah. I know I need you to come to me like and lean in and be like, it's okay, we got this. Whatever it is you need, I just don't know what it is. So I'm kind of thinking of strategies because I can't tell you. That has to come from you. Like, you're the one that feels unsafe in those moments. All I can say is I'm here to support you. I want to know what's happening. I want you to feel safe with me. And then you have to really understand, what is it that you know that you want to feel free, but what does that mean? Do you know what I mean? Like, so it could be anything. Like, maybe you do need me to come in and just give you a hug. Like, it's okay. I'm not
just
sure.
Say like, I'm triggered, but I still love you. I mean, that is a need in the moment. Like, I'm triggered, but I totally still love you.
Okay. So I'm triggered. I still love you. And that's going to help you feel
like, okay, she's upset about that, but it's just like you're saying it, that you need me to say, it's all right. We got this. We're going to get through it. It's just like, okay, like.
Do you believe that's true? When I ask you for that, when I say, hey, hon, I need you to come to me and say, we're going to be okay. We've got that.
Yeah,
do you
totally
believe that's true?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So when I come to you and say, hey, I know I'm triggered, but we're still okay, you'll learn, like, you believe that will be true?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I know it, but in the moment, I don't feel it. I know it. I don't feel it because I'm triggered. I'm like triggered and like, yeah, I'm triggered into the opposite.
So we're kind of saying the same thing.
For sure.
When we're
for
both
sure.
really triggered, even though mine's demonstrative and yours is internal, we both need each other to come and say, like, we got this shit. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Right? That's it.
Totally.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Now I know what you need. You need the same thing I do.
But we, yeah, it's the execution, because you see, like, I struggle in the execution of doing it from you, and I think that you will struggle a little bit.
Of course I will, but now I know.
Yeah.
So this is awesome.
I don't want anything like crazy. I just want to know, like, yeah, I'm upset.
We got this.
But we still got this. I love you still.
We'll be okay no matter what.
We know we'll figure this out. We both want the same things. I mean, that's what, like.
All right. People listening who might have avoidant partners who very unconsciously at the core of them literally have a mistrust that nobody can soothe them and take care of them and support them except themselves. If your partner is willing to trust the other partner, the intimate partner, even though it'll be clunky, even though there will be times where I will totally get it wrong, there's freedom within it. We will keep you posted because now I know instead of deer in headlights, I'll still see that all of the time and I'm not going to use that. Now I know you're having a response of mistrust, an internal response where you feel unsafe. And I am not going to trigger that anymore. I'm going to come in and I'm going to be like, hey, I know this is uncomfortable. We love each other. We're going to be okay. This is okay. You're okay. You've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong. We're just triggered right now. And we're going to differentiate the hell out of ourselves together.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody's ever done that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to try.
I don't know.
I'm going to try. But has anyone ever sat down with you and asked why you go internally and withdraw the way you do? Other than a therapist?
I mean, I think I give you credit. Like, you've definitely tried.
I know. But I mean, and I'm going to keep trying because I love you.
We spent 35 minutes, and like, how often do we spend 35 minutes where, like,
yeah.
And I felt triggered at times in that because I was just like, I feel like I'm not getting heard.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely felt that, so I felt triggered, but we like stuck with it.
Yeah.
I feel some release. Like, I definitely felt that avoidant part of myself coming up and just being like, okay, just like fucking tell her what she wants to hear. And then, then she'll get it. But I stuck with it and I kept pushing back. Mm-hmm. Because I think that's the same thing. Like, I do the same thing. You tell me what you need. Yeah. And then I, struggle with it. And I think, like, sometimes you keep pushing. And I think sometimes you probably do the same thing where you're just like, screw it. He's never going to do it. So, like, and that's what I was feeling at times, was like, I feel like I'm telling her what she needs. And it's this like slippery slope also between, I think that was a sticking point, and a little bit was like, some of it is like really just my responsibility of like showing up in a different way. But then some of it is like your responsibility of knowing me and knowing like, well, shit, I'm not like, my, because remember we used to have these fights where you would be like, you keep telling me you're a good guy, because in these moments, like, a lot of times, like, I feel like you think I'm not a good guy.
I know, but when you say, I feel like you know me, like, because of the avoidant tendencies, I really, truly don't know you during difficult times. So I'm getting to know you. You're being more vulnerable now, but it's really hard. So when you say I know you, like, I truly don't in those times. I don't know that you have such a mistrust that you have to do it all and that you're having this game plan for 20 minutes down, 2 hours down. I don't know those things.
I might do that like I do that constantly in my life. Like, I can think I was driving home, and it has nothing to do with you. I was thinking about last night, a conversation I'm going to have with somebody else sometime in the next 3 weeks. There's another person I can think about. Like, I know, like, I have to have this conversation. It'll probably be in about 3 months. Like, I'm constantly doing that. And some of it's functional. We do that. Like, we we game plan for our life, but then there's some of it that's like highly dysfunctional in relationship with you.
Well, and I'm just going to say the pushback that you got from me, like if I can just be honest, like I know parts of you and I know that you want everyone to feel okay and like you don't want to ruffle you want, to like orchestrate that everybody's good. And like the part that was pushing me on, I was pushing you back on like is there is going to be many, many times that people lose their shit and it is not your responsibility to fix it. So you kept going like if you hang on one sec, let me just finish this. Because I get it. I get why, right? Because you can get uncomfortable and you avoid conflict. And for me, whether it's just with me, it doesn't have to be about anybody else. I want you to be okay even if I'm not okay. I need you to be okay even if I'm not okay. I need you to have that source of autonomy and security and trust within yourself and us that even when I'm not okay, it's not your fault. You're not a bad person. You haven't done anything wrong. I'm just tripped up on my own anxieties. And that's for me to regulate too, but for us to support each other in it. So that was that pushback you kept getting from me too. Like, but what if I'm not okay? And I know the things are going to help you to alleviate that. I get that. But what I really heard and what I'm taking away from this conversation, and I'm sure people are like, okay, no, is that like we both get reactive and defensive and we both feel alone and we don't feel supported in those moments of conflict, that just coming in and say, we've got this, we're okay. A reminder, like, let's do this differently because we both want to feel really safe with each other, even when we feel awful internally. And I got you, babe.
I got you.
We got us. And we're going to follow up on this. How was it to have this conversation today?
Uncomfortable.
Yeah. Thank you. I really appreciate you.
Frustrating at times. Liberating at times. Like freeing at times, just like saying things. And like it felt really safe because I feel like I was allowed to push back without you getting frustrated at me. And so like I need some of that space, like that sometimes I can like I can push back and that you can handle it. Like it gives me, it's trust building. Like I can be confused or I can not be understanding what's going on and that's okay.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was hard, but also like liberating and enlightening.
We just keep building upon these moments, and we would love to hear your thoughts, experience, feedback on the conversation we just had. I had EJ in the wifey reflection seat, not the hot seat, talking about his avoidance. I feel like I understand it
intense.
So much better. I love your avoidance piece because I love that he protected you for so long. I just don't want him to protect you from me. That's all. But I love that part of you. He's a beautiful part of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. But I
got me through some shit.
Yeah. But no, not with me anymore. We're gonna recognize he's there.
Shoo-shoo.
No, we don't shoo him away. He's a beautiful part of you, but recognize that he's there, but he just can't come in between us because your heart's bigger than that. And your heart wants to feel free. And that's where we're going. We're doing kind of parts work right here, IFS. It's awesome stuff. But your heart is bigger than that part of you, that avoidance, but that avoidance has protected you and got you through many times. So I love that part of you too. I just don't like it when it ruffles with us. You know what I mean?
Made me uncomfortable.
I'll acknowledge it. Like you're here, avoidance. Like I love you. You're here, but I need EJ. I want him to be free. Here we go. All right. Well, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being vulnerable. I love you. Thank you, avoidance, for being a part here today. We really acknowledge everything you've done here. But we're going to let EJ be in charge. As always, thank you so much for listening. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.
Hi, this is EJ and Tarah Kerwin. We're the founders of the Relationship Renovation Model. And we have something that we're super excited because we've been planning it for a long time.
So if you're a couple that is feeling disconnected, you've kind of fallen off track, but you're not ready to give up. You know you still love your person. You just don't know how to get back that connection Don't worry, we've got you.
We are launching a private coaching program, and we're going to take on only 8 couples. We're going to meet the 2 of us with you privately, and we're going to do that over a period of time. We're going to work you through the relationship renovation workbook, which is an amazing tool. And then there's a few other ways in which we're going to support you that I think are going to be just fantastic.
So get ready for the We transformation. We can handle this. We can communicate clearly and with compassion, even during difficult times, yes. And we can feel more deeply, intimately connected.
So if that's something that you're interested in, all you got to do is send us an email, coaching@relationshiprenovation.com. We'll schedule a 30-minute discovery call with you. That'll be completely complimentary. We're going to hear about what's going on for you guys, and we're going to tell you about this super exciting program that we're launching.
We really cannot wait to begin this journey with you.